right, season 2 of the all-new Street Report. I'm Mzz Street. I'll be your host. Season 1, we got a lot of props, but this year we got to take things to another level, right? You better believe it. On today's show, Desean Jackson from the Washington Redskins, plus some of the other players got together for an amputee Warriors softball game. Also on today's show, our good friend Common back at the White House with former President Barack Obama. We talk about his brand new CD, Black America Again, and his relationship with Obama. Plus on today's show, a live performance from your girl Five, and she's like that as well. But we kick off today's show, season 2, with the incredible story about a sister by the name Amirrio, to be young, black, and transgender in the DMV. I'm Mzz Street, and this is the Street Report. We're probably living in one of the most dynamic times of this country's tumultuous history. We've experienced 8 years of a black president followed by another president who's nearly his exact opposite. We've gone from hard rap, where an MC would leave his blood, sweat, and tears out on the stage, to mumble rap. And oh yeah, not so fast, Nicki Minaj. Now we've got young M.A. on the scene, proving there's enough room out there for everybody. Yes, times are a-changing. So who's to say someone from the transgender community can't have a rap career? To be young, black, and transgender. This is Amirrio's story on the Street Report.
Miss O in the 6 bin, gotta love it. Cause get lit, turn red like the kitchen ovens. She's bugging, mad cause the queen representing, they struggling. Like it's my fault, it's like that. Why I bubble like a triple goose. Boss ballin' in the Lincoln coupe. Got the squad we got to do. Bang 2 on the Malibu. Got the tools in the cannibal. Who wanna battle who?
Where were you born at?
I was born in Annapolis, Maryland.
Naptown.
Yeah.
Wonderful. So were you raised there as well? Or?
I was born in Annapolis, but we moved to Baltimore in the 3rd grade, and I've lived in Baltimore pretty much ever since.
So tell me about your parents, starting with mom first.
My mom and my dad, they both really were into drug trafficking and all that kind of stuff when I was coming up. So that's pretty much the beginning story with my parents, because my mom was doing her thing and my father was doing his thing, and they were pretty much known for that, criminal type background. And later my mom cleaned herself up and went to school and became a legal aid. And my dad, he actually started working with social services and all that kind of stuff, and then eventually he ended up having his own car detailing company.
Okay, so what about your father? Fondest memory?
Well, fondest memory about him, I don't know. I guess when he passed away probably was the fondest memory. We were close. We weren't as close as maybe I would have wanted to. And I don't know. I remember him coming up like a few months before he passed, and he had came up for a couple weeks. No, I mean a couple days, and I really didn't feel comfortable with him being up there because of the past we had. And it was like, my dad, he seemed to be the kind of person that was opportunist. So if he needed something, he would get it no matter what. And so in my mind, when he came up to our apartment, I was thinking, what does he want? It's like, you have your reason why he's here. And so I was so uneasy, and that was the last time I really seen him alive. So that's like my fondest memory of him.
How long ago was that? And do you remember how old you were when that happened?
I was, I guess, about 29. Yeah, about 29. It was not long ago, like 4 years ago.
So you would say that you were closer to your mother more so than your father?
Yeah.
Share with me one of your fondest moments of life growing up in East Baltimore.
My fondest moments of life really was when I became of age. Like when I turned 17 years old and moved out on my own and got to live the life I wanted to live. That's when life started for me. Like, I was really in probably a very dark place most of my childhood and teenage years, being a born male who felt like I was a woman. I felt like I was a girl, and I was, of course, forced to be a boy. And so those whole years was like, I really, just wanted them to be over. I just wanted to be able to be grown and live on my own and not had nobody tell me how to dress and you know, be who I wanted to be.
What age was that when you began to have the actual feeling that, hey, look, you know, I was born as a boy, but I feel like a woman? Do you remember the age?
As long as I can remember. Like, people had to tell me, like, you know, you're not supposed to like boys, right? Like, they had to tell me that kind of stuff. Like, no, you don't play with dolls, you play with, because that's the stuff as little kids, you just naturally want to play with certain things. And I just naturally wanted to play with the girls wanted to play with. And people had to let me know that that's not what you're supposed to play with. And so it's like, most of your life I knew I wanted to like put on my cousin's dresses and all that kind of stuff, but it was, you know, forbidden. And so.
Did you ever get caught? Putting on
Oh yeah.
Okay.
I was like 5 years old, getting caught putting on lipstick and had on my cousin's dress. And I remember me and my cousin, we had shot a video for Salt and Pepper Push It. I'm on top of my other cousin.
Push It.
Yeah, I'm on top of him.
Who are you? Were you Salt? Were you?
Yeah, you know, I'm on top of him. And, you know, it was always known, but in them days and times, nobody didn't think, oh, he's gonna be a woman. Like, nobody was thinking that when we was coming up. It was, okay, he's gay. And it was really looked down upon. And, you know, I've seen transgender women, like, we didn't know them as transgender women, we seen them as trannies or whatever it was, just from places like Jerry Springer. And they always had such a bad look. Like, it was always a girl that just, you know, it looked like a man in a dress.
Right.
So I never wanted to be that. You know, I was like, oh, I don't want to do that. And so in my life, I always felt like, where was I going to fit? I didn't think I was going to fit into this world becoming an adult. But when I started dressing as a girl, everything just kind of fell into the place. It fell into it right.
Do you remember what age you were when that moment happened, when you felt like, wow, I'm feeling good now, and this is who I am?
When I was 17.
17?
Yeah. You know, I got to finally be completely dressed up and have on my hair, my little fake boobies, and, you know, to me, that was everything. I didn't care anything else about life. I didn't care if I lived in a box. As long as I got to be who I wanted to be, that meant everything to me.
Next, we check in with our burgundy and gold for Desean Jackson's Amputee Warrior Softball Classic.
So number 11, Desean Jackson, invited me to come out to a very special softball game, but it wasn't like a regular game. This game featured Redskin players alongside amputee warriors, individuals who had been at war for this country, who had lost arms, legs, feet on the battlefield, but were still able to play the great game of softball, and for a great cause.
Hey, fans, you guys ready to get this game going out there? Let's hear some noise in the crowd. Nah, that was okay. That's okay for like a Tuesday night. I said, you guys ready to make some noise?
This is the man who put it all together, Desean Jackson, of course, from our Washington Redskins. Good to see you, bro.
What's going on, man? Always a pleasure, my man. How you been?
Hey, man, pleasure to be here, man.
For sure.
Thank you for having us.
Always.
Yo, Breland, talking a lot of stuff, man.
Who?
Bree.
Who's that?
Bree.
I don't know who that is.
And Desean was talking a lot of trash on the radio, too, man.
I heard, man. You know he's a competitive man, so I'm ready to go get after him.
We're going to meet our teams here in just a minute. We're going to start off on the visiting team, the defense team, Desean Breland.
So we're here, of course, Bowie Baysock Stadium. It is the 4th annual Amputee Warrior softball game. What does it mean to you to be here today?
I just like giving back, man. See people right here still not giving up on their dreams, still being able to do stuff, man. I applaud them for that. We're getting warmed up, you know. It's looking good. I mean, I'm just really honored to be out here and go against these wounded vets, man, and really just put on a good cause for the city, for the for the fans that come out, and just everybody be a part of something special. You know, them dudes, and even females, they do a lot for this country, and they be on the front line. You know, so anytime we could come out and rub elbows and have a good time with them and just show them like we appreciate them just as well they appreciate us. I mean, it's definitely a blessing.
One of the events we look forward to every year. I mean, a lot of fun. Get guys like you out here talking to us and talking with some of the NFL guys. It's always a good time.
I was in the United States Army.
Okay.
I was stationed in Italy. I was in the 173rd Airborne Brigade. And I lost my right foot to an IED in August 2012. I basically stepped in a mine it blew me up. I thought we were taking contact, so I started yelling at my saw gunner and yelling for my guys to come up and, you know, get on the line and stuff. And I looked down, I'm like, wow, there's my foot's gone. So I put my own tourniquet on and just, you know, tightened it as good as I could. And I had my team leader come up and he tightened it even more. And basically just got a shoulder underneath each arm and just hopped out of there.
I joined in January of 06 and then I retired in February of 09. Originally signed up for 8 years, but you know, with the leg and all that, you know, they said I could have stayed in the Army if I wanted to. You know, they wanted me to do some other stuff that I didn't want to do, so I got out and started doing some government stuff and decided to go back to school. And now I get my master's in about a month. When I first got hurt, I was at Walter Reed and you know, I was doing basic rehab stuff. They were like the walking and running and all that. But you know, with me being an athlete before, I wanted to incorporate sports again, so I started throwing the football, I started throwing the baseball, started hitting, playing golf, just different things that wasn't strictly just walking and running, boring, basic stuff.
For me, it was all about getting back to the softball field. I played softball before I was injured, and so getting back to the softball field was a big deal for me. And yeah, now I'm here. So now I'm in the home run derby. I was like, hey,
Home run? You're in the home run derby?
Yeah, we'll see.
Trying to get away from like the adaptive sports of just kind of being in the wheelchair all the time and playing it that way, where it's like, well, you know, if you guys played ball before, let's go throw the football, let's go play catch, let's go play basketball, let's do things that we did before we got hurt.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, now put your hands together. It's time to meet the defense. Make some noise for Team Desean Amirrio. All the way from Los Angeles, California, the Washington Redskins 2016 second round draft pick, the Swiss Army knife from USC, Mzz. And the captain of the team, a native of South Carolina, a product of Clemson University and a quarterback for the Redskins. Folks, put your hands together for Desean Amirrio. One more time, folks. Let's hear it for the defense.
Now talk about the some of your other teammates. You guys are like got a brotherhood thing going.
Oh yeah, we'll joke all the time. And you know, we got a couple guys. You know, Greg Reynolds, one arm, plays outfield. You know, tremendous outfielder. But you know, he only has one arm, so you know, there's a big thing in baseball. You know, using two hands. So he'll catch one and it'll pop up to him and he'll catch it and we'll be like, hey man, two hands. You know, and the crowd loves it.
Okay.
So we do a lot of stuff like that. It's cool.
And North Carolina native and product of Duke University at front, wide receiver for the Redskins, Jameson.
You ready, man?
Yeah, man, I'm trying to get ready, man.
Hey, man, the amputees, they're not playing around. You know they got a great record as well, too, right?
Nah, well, I heard it like the last few years. They, you know, so they've been pretty much winning. So they like mix us up this year. So
right, I think
I'm a little nervous, man.
Desean, hey, man, I think Desean has something to do with this whole mixing up the teams, man.
Okay.
But see, look, this my thing. Every year it's been like a dominant force. It's like all the Wounded Warriors there, or the Wounded Vets, they're always on one team. You know? And then you got the celebrities, the professional football players. We all on one team, so it's like they always kicking our butts. It's like for some reason they're really good in the sport.
I wouldn't want to get beat by a bunch of guys with missing legs and arms either. So you know, split it up, have some fun. Don't get your butt beat. So.
Do you got any baseball skills, bro?
Man, I ain't never played baseball, softball, nothing.
Nothing?
One more time, ladies and gentlemen, big round of applause for Team Jackson. Coming up, the Warrior amputee charity softball classic.
Any words for Desean and
You better bring your A game.
All right, Desean, you heard it. Better watch out, man. They're coming for you.
We got 4 outfielders, so go to the left, we got go to right center, left field. Left center.
Swinging a little bit.
Yeah, we had to change the concept, but originally we started out the first year or two. We had Wounded Warriors on one team, we had NFL guys on the other team. It just wasn't competitive, man.
You kept getting your butts kicked, right? Keep it 100, man.
Getting crushed. So we mixed the teams up. Plus it allows for more camaraderie between the veterans and the players. They can interact, coming back multiple years. They kind of remember the names and the faces. So all the way around, it's been a good move. We got couple local amputee charities, one of which is the Yellow Ribbon Fund, another is Connected Warrior, and obviously the Wounded Warrior amputee softball team. This is what they do. They go around the country doing these events all over the country. You know, these guys were world-class athletes, a lot of them before they suffered their injuries. So just giving them an opportunity to be on the same field with, you know, world-class athletes.
Still to come, an exclusive interview with Common where he talks about his latest CD, Black America Again, and his relationship with President Obama.
Are you good?
Yeah, I'm great. I'm great too. Where you going to work right now?
I just dropped my daughter off at school, but I gotta go get ready for work.
Your daughter goes to Howard University, ain't you? The Bison? Is this true?
Yeah, she go to Howard.
Hey, round of applause for that, man.
Yeah, man,
Oh, you're
I'm
a grown
excited.
adult.
Yeah, she definitely getting there, a little young adult, but she'll be grown when she start taking care of herself.
Come on now, go on.
Shots fired.
Shout out to all the rappers that's already text me saying, quick, don't battle Common.
You might have jumped out the window with this one with us in my DMs as we speak.
Now, of course, you can pre-order the album now.
Because even Jay-Z said he wanted to rhyme like Common Sense.
Let me get all,
Like Common
Good
Sense.
all right, let me get all this out the way. Pre-order that album right now, please, Black America Again. But let me see how you feel about this beat, Common.
Look, you seem a little nervous, Quick.
Quicksilver nervous. Where they do that at? Now, since you in the fam in the morning, I'll go ahead and start this
All right,
song.
start it.
Welcome, Common Sense, to the fam, y'all. Quicksilver in the morning, you know how we go.
Oh, God.
That don't even rhyme, but so what, man? Quicksilver, I'm about to make a real stand.
Make a stand. Make a stand. You a fan like Eminem said. What happens when calm come off the head? Yo, like your Beats headphones, you turn red. Like a white boy, yo, this is like joy. The things I do, what can I do? I ain't gon' filter. I'ma turn you into a slow silver, not Quicksilver. I told you, I came down. You know how the name sound. Hold up, slow up. You should understand you ain't killed Quicksilver. Slow up. You need to just throw up a couple of different type of rhymes. Yo, I came to shine. Take your turn. You can't burn. You better just learn.
Okay. I noticed you said the same thing like 3 times. Common Sense, you really can't rhyme. I was trying to be nice the first time, Common, but Quicksilver, just know I come through stomping. And my ad-lib game kinda crazy. Little Mo said, quick, really? I said, maybe. Why not battle Common on the fam? 6 to 10, Quick and Mzz, we got the band.
Bam!
Up in real life like backyard in D.C. When you come here, you go and talk about me. Understand, Common, my name is Quicksilver. Her name is Little Mzz, I call her Silver. Cause she's my little sister in real life, y'all.
Okay.
Hey, come and grab the mic. Let me see if you can ball.
Yo, I can ball. I ain't mainstream. You talk about me rhyming the same thing. You said your name more than 3 times. This is how I shine. Understand, good morning, divine. I'm on the fam. You know just who I am. Come down, yo. I just came to silence the lamb. He's the lamb. Follow me just like the sheep. I'm the black sheep. Bye-bye. We came to speak. Yo, it's like this. I got the real type of flow. Taking over the show. I got my girl Mo. So you should understand why I used to love her. I'm on some hip shop. You should listen to your brother. He told you, don't go against common sense. You ain't even Quicksilver, got enough confidence. This is how it be, yo, the style of be free. I just came to take over the DMV. Right on Kiss, yo, I just came to diss. You should understand what happened, your rhyme ain't swift like mine. This is what I do, I take my time. 93.9, yo, I came to shine.
Win some, but you really lost one.
Really, Mo, and you gonna ad-lib and you gonna give him a hook?
Really, Mo? Because we gotta get ready for the quick mix.
Yo, you see me in movies, I can get loosely. Me and Mo, we kicking this joint off like the Fugees. Yo, you lost one.
We can't be a Fuji.
Peace, brother. Great to see you.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So now, the album came out November the 4th.
Yeah.
Black America Again. Talk about the album.
Yeah, well, the album it's really about just black culture, like just kind of black expression. I call it Black America Again because of the things that we've experienced as black people, but also us writing a new story. So it's just giving the expression of like, you know, us as freedom fighters, as like who we are in love, who we are in creativity.
it's culture.
Mm-hmm. So now there's a track that you have Stevie Wonder on, I believe Chuck D, MC Light, also Esperanza Spalding as well. Talk about that record.
Yeah, that's the title song from the album called Black America Again, and that song specifically is about, it's like a call to action. It's really just saying, man, these are some of the things that we've been through, and this is how we want to rewrite the story. Like Stevie Wonder actually sings, we are rewriting the Black American story. And Chuck D and like MC Light did these ad-libs because I kind of sampled them in the vocals. So they did an ad-lib, and Esperanza Spalding played bass. So it's like, for me, the project is about bringing together two like just artists that have a voice, artists that means something to culture, and you know, obviously Stevie Wonder is the greatest.
Oh, absolutely. So now it's very obvious you and the President Barack Obama have a great relationship. Yeah. How did that start?
I would come home when he first was in the Senate, running for Senate, and my parents, my mother and my stepfather would have up Barack Obama signs, and I was like, who is this? Like, 'cause I was like, I ain't into politics. Who is this sign they got up? Then I found out who he was through them, and just through my research, and I saw him at a couple of like of these hip hop conventions, and I was like, this brother is a good brother. So I started like connecting with him then, and then he eventually, you know, became senator. And I started supporting him, you know, early on, as far as like him being from Chicago and like starting to run for president. I was like, man, I'm supporting this brother. I know he's it's not many politicians, and I'm just going out there and being like, yeah, I believe in this person. But he was one of the ones, because I saw him like be there for the hip hop community, for the people who don't have. So one of the most amazing times I've been there was when I was sitting there with a bunch of artists. President Obama had us sit down about his My Brother's Keeper initiative, which is to help young men who, you know, don't have, basically, a lot of people who don't have a lot of opportunities. But he had he had me, J. Cole, Wale,
yeah,
Rick Ross, it was, man, Chance the Rapper, Alicia Keys, Nicki Minaj. It was Busta Rhymes. I was like,
how did it feel to be in the room, all y'all, in the White House with the President of the United States?
I mean, it felt amazing because he really was sitting down listening to us and wanted to hear what our like desires were, and like what did we want to see happen, and how we could how he could support that and connect with that. And it just showed me his sincerity. And I was sitting there, we were sitting there in whichever room it was in the White House, and there was a picture of George Washington staring me in the face, and I was sitting there like, George Washington never knew it would be this many brothers in the White House.
Still to come, we'll have a live performance from DMV Artist 5.
How you doing, 5?
I'm doing really well.
Okay,
Blessed.
so 5 is not your real name.
No.
Okay.
Melanie.
Okay, so why 5?
Okay, so have you guys ever seen that movie Fifth Element, The Supreme Being? You know, it's very powerful, and I just picked up the name, and I love the movie, and I love the meaning behind it, and it just stuck with me. So.
You spell it differently though. Your artist names.
Right.
It's with the number 5 and then IVE.
Exactly. And then sometimes I had the Roman numeral just with the V as my logo, so people are like, is it V? Is it 5? What is it? But it's 5. But I like that because it starts controversy, and you know, that's always good.
Got people talking.
Yeah,
I mean, I asked the question
talk.
because there it is, right?
Right.
Okay, so 5. How did you get started in music?
My dad, actually, he sung in a group, but he also did music. So he was in the industry.
You have a famous dad? Is he famous? What? See?
No, he did. But he did security work for Smokey Robinson, Sister Sledge, Rick James. He also drove for Michael Jackson. So, but he did sing. So it's always been in the family. So yeah.
Now, are you originally from the DMV or?
No, I'm from Beantown. I'm from Boston.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, you said Beantown at first. It didn't. I was like, I had to think about it. Where the hell is that?
Yeah, Boston, Massachusetts.
Now you write and produce. What all do you do on your music?
I write and I sing and I rap a little bit, but really just singing and writing has been my thing.
Now, a little bird told me that you have been working with people. Can we talk about the individuals in the industry that you're working with?
Sure. I definitely have a couple of placements with writing. I can't get into detail with that, though, of course, because it's exclusive under contracts. But I am signed with Empire. I have a distribution deal with Empire. I'm working with some dope producers out here. MK Beats, Mark Henry, Vontae Thomas, Heavy. So we're doing a lot of great work. So I'm really excited what's to come out of it. And I got some good stuff coming up, but I just can't tell it just yet. But 2017 is about to be real lit.
Okay, wonderful. Now, I don't want to get you in trouble with anybody in Beantown in Boston, but compare the music scene, DC to Boston.
Well, it's different. You guys have your own culture out here. Like, you guys have, like, the go-go, and it's just way different. There's really not that many inspiring artists that just jump out there like how people are here. So it's pretty dope to see that there are a lot of artists that are on their grind and out here trying to really make it. Sometimes it's unfortunate when I'm like, it's so much talent out here. I wish they all can be seen, and I wish, you know, we had something like a New York or LA or Atlanta, because it's really a lot of talent out here. But it's definitely different.
That's why we do this on this show.
Right.
On the Street Report. Are you ready to perform live?
I'm definitely ready to perform live.
Are y'all ready for 5? Are you ready for 5?
I thought I should forgive you, but I don't really know. I can overlook this, or I can let you go. Now I'm ready for whatever. I'm ready for whatever. Now I'm ready for whatever. I'm ready for whatever. It's whatever. Yeah, it's whatever that you want. I don't really care. I promise, boy, I swear. It's neither here or there. Not now, boy, I'm sober. I gotta think this over. Boy, get it together. You change like the weather. Beg for you never. I can do better. Boy, you know you ain't in control. This shit is getting old. I can let you go. I should forgive you, but I don't really know. I can overlook this, or I can let you go. Now I'm ready for